name's Jakayla Davey, and I am a senior this year.
Jakayla, one of 7 students from high schools all across the metro who sat down with us to talk about school safety, security, and the threat of school shootings.
We have talked to police, parents, school leaders on this topic. We thought it was important to talk with the people that it impacts the most.
So with their parents' permission, we're finding out how students are feeling. Show your hands if you are concerned about school safety this upcoming school year.
Yeah.
Okay. Jakayla, you're kind of right there on the fence. Tell me about that.
I technically do feel safe at my school in my neighborhood, but I do prefer that, like, because of the gun situation, that we have like active shooter drills. We have lockdown drills, but the factors become different when there's an active shooter, and that's the only thing that really concerns me.
George, you didn't raise your hand there. Not concerned.
I think I'm safe because we always have a plan.
Have you all had active intruder drills at your schools?
Yeah.
You lock your doors, go to like a corner of your classroom, turn off all the lights.
Does it make any of you anxious when you have to do things like that? The drills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is scary that we have to take those precautions because it means it's like a real threat in our schools.
When the Uvalde shooting happened, school was already out here. But it did start to bring back to the spotlight the importance of school safety and any changes that need to be made. After that happened, did it raise any concerns with any of you?
It kind of brought a new fear, like it's not an unfathomable thing to think of. Like, it's happening in states right next to us. It could happen in our state. It could happen at my school.
It's Oklahoma. You never know what's gonna happen next. There's a lot of issues with guns and stuff.
Do you feel like the schools do a good job of making themselves available if somebody has to report a threat?
I mean, I would think the only way is to report it to like a counselor or a teacher, but I feel like they should offer their help in bigger ways to prevent a problem like this, because I feel like a lot of people would be scared if they noticed something and they wouldn't want to jeopardize someone if it wasn't a big deal. So I think that they should have like a safe space.
What would you like the school to do, or how would you like them to address school security in this upcoming school year?
I think doors should remain locked at all times and not make it accessible for anybody to just walk in at any place or time of the day or any part of the building.
I feel like more security guards would be a little better, just like so it's not only having 2 or 1 or even like 0 that you can see. I feel like having at least a few sprinkled here and there, whether it's outside, inside, or just constantly patrolling around the building.
I would think the best solution to that would be to give the teacher a choice of having a gun in the classroom or something to protect her students.
I think back checks are a good thing as well, but it kind of comes to the point where, like, is it kind of infringing on privacy? So I think having a probable cause is probably better to search bags.
I think if teachers and counselors got to know their students more and got to know like who was struggling, who maybe needed a little more help, who was getting bullied, that we could stop the making of shooters and we could stop it at the source of the problem.
Is this something that makes you anxious? I mean, how do you feel about when we start talking about the school safety and guns?
I feel like it's important to let your children know that these things are happening and what they can do to help the situation or to better protect themselves and others around them.
I think talking about it is so much better than pretending it doesn't happen, because it does happen, and by spreading awareness, maybe we can stop this horrific thing that's happening.
How important do you think, like, your voice is on this conversation?
I think since our lives are the ones who are mostly at risk for school shootings, then our voices deserve to be heard, and what makes us feel more comfortable at school should be listened to.
And we appreciate all the students talking with us. If you'd like to watch the full interview with the students, you can find it on the News 9 app.